All right, guys, got some good news for you. We just put a couple new models for you to play with on the RunDiffusion website. We just added ByteDance SeeDance, 3 new models by them. So I'm pretty excited about that. So let's talk about it. First, we want to go to www.rundiffusion.com, of course, and we're going to click login here in the top right. And should bring us right over to the Run It platform. However, if you have been playing with some of your other tools like Automatic 11 or Comfy over on the open source side of the house, it's going to bring you to this page. So if that happens, just click in the top here on Run It, and that'll bring you back over here, okay? Now, from here, go over on the left-hand side and select Generate, and then we're going to head over to Video. Just click there one time on video and it should pull up the tools. So as you can see, I was using LTX recently, so that's what comes up. So just go ahead and click on the bottom here where it says LTX2 and look for ByteDance SeeDance right there. Name's kind of a tongue twister for me. Let's get that pulled up real quick. Now, a lot of cool things about this. It's not just one model, it's not 2, it's 3, okay? So you got the V1 Lite, very good for prototyping. We've got the V1 Pro Fast, very good quality, 1080p. And then we have the V1 Pro, that's the highest quality, and it's also 1080p. So let's go ahead and look at some of this real quick. So for you, if you want to change those settings, right down here on the bottom here where it says V1 Pro, click that one time, and then you can select which one you like. Again, if you're just going to play around and get an idea, start with the V1 Lite. It's the most affordable. And when you're ready to really play, I suggest the V1 Pro. I had some really great results with the V1 Pro. I really like that one. For your duration here, this is something that's pretty new. Most video models are pretty set. You know, you get 3 seconds, 6 seconds, or sometimes, 8 or 9 or something like that. But they usually don't let you pick per second. However, ByteDance released this system here, which allows you to pick between 3 and 12 seconds. And each of these have their own pricing. So you can pick exactly the duration that you need, which I really like. Over here, for quick prototyping and just playing with it, you can start off with the 480p. However, personally, I think you should start with the 720p because it's still very quick. So you don't have to wait too long. And then for your professional or higher quality assets, I would definitely go with the 1080p. It's a big difference in terms of how sharp and crisp it is and the details you see on the textures and things like that. So do consider that. If you have a custom resolution, if you have starting images that are more portrait or landscape, it does accept those to a point. So you can go ahead and play with that. I had results doing portrait stuff for my social media, and I did test a couple landscape as well. Let's go ahead and look at some of these. Oh, sorry, I'm just jumping the gun here. I'm just excited to show you stuff. If you want us to do a starting frame, it's right over here. Just click here to put an image here. You can either upload one from your desktop, or you can use one from your existing Run It library if you've generated images in the past. Over here, this setting tab here, only extra setting tabs we have here are fixed camera and again, an end frame. So if you don't want the camera moving at all, make sure you click on fixed camera. And of course, if you have an end frame, make sure you add that here, okay? And then, of course, creating AI 101, you have your place to enter your prompt. Okay, with all that said now I'm going to show you some cool stuff. So I was playing with it, and let me show you a little bit. So this is with the starting frame, and this is just a very simple prompt. I could have been more specific in telling it I wanted realism or cartoon or 3D art. You can put that in here. Put the style towards the end of your prompt is what I noticed from their guides. If you're going to use a starting image, they do recommend to describe the actions inside your image. So if you're starting from scratch, you have to describe everything, every little detail. But if you already have a starting image, you can just describe the actions that you want your character to take place. So identify the character, then the action, and you should be good to go. So I just have a small dragon here, and he's taking a bath in a teacup. So let's see what happens. I really love it. I thought it was really cute. You may have noticed there was a little bit of style divergence with the water splashing off here. It kind of reminded me of that Puff the Magic Dragon kind of cartoon style mixed with the more realistic style here we have in the background. But that could be solved by just typing up here what style I wanted. But honestly, I liked it. I thought it was kind of cute, so I'm not mad at it. So let me also show you these two bunnies here. These are also with starting images. The reason I want to show you this is because this one here is with the higher 1080p, and I wanted you to look at the details. Now, it's a larger image, so you're not going to be able to see it all on my screen at one time, but we can just focus here. See how the textures, expression, the textures are really nice. You can see the details, and I'll hit it one more time. You see the details in the fireflies. They look a little more like flying termites, but I think that's a problem with my starting image, not them. But very nicely done here. I really love this. Very beautiful. Now let me show you the same starting image, but we're going to use the I believe this is 480. You can see it's much smaller, but it's still really nice. Look at that. So that's what I'm saying. That's perfect for prototyping. It's perfect for social media. You don't need super high quality, cinematic quality to put on your socials, like this right here, 480, beautiful, right? Yeah, I like them both. Obviously the 1080p is much better, but I still think they're both really good. Now let me show you some just pure text, some prompts. So when you're prompting, you need to be more specific. I didn't put a style on this one, so I kind of left that up to the AI because I didn't really care what style. I just wanted to play with it a little bit. So I put beneath the trees. We've got I asked it for a black bark tree. I'm a little colorblind, but I don't know if that's too black. I think that might not have done that too well. But tracing circles in the air, and I wanted some like glowing fireflies or insects to kind of fly out of that circle, like a druid in the forest kind of thing. Let's see how it did. Got the Doctor Strange kind of circle coming through, and there's our magical fairies coming out, or insects, or I think it did a pretty good job. I think I would do better to specify, what kind of like an actual forest, not just a tree, to give the AI more information. And you can see without a starting image, it defaults to this nice landscape style for cinematics. Overall, pretty good. So I did another version. This time I wanted to show the difference. I put cartoon fantasy style at the end to see how it would do. I mean, the style's clean. Look at that. Very clean. Fingers aren't going crazy. It's got the right amount of fingers. The fireflies came from off screen, but I still think it was a solid hit. I just need to, maybe run another one or two generations to get the best results. But as far as the style goes, I think it did a pretty good job. Let me show you another text to image here. I did ask for an oval building. It gave me more of a rectangle. I think it might have got confused with the big moon up there. But it did the action, the camera action. I wanted to slowly circle around. And so I think with a good starting image, this could be a really nice camera effect. It was clean. Did what I asked, except for the oval. There's a sci-fi version, just to change it up a little bit. We did a little fantasy there, a little architectural, but I asked for some metallic-inspired cities, futuristic cities, and a ship coming out of a portal. Not bad. Again, this is pure text to video. And when I do text to video with the model, what I'm kind of doing is I'm saying, can the model do it? And if the model can do the action, then if I give it a starting image, it can really do it. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where these are text to video. To me is more of a baseline of what the model can do, and then I just add to it. So let's go ahead and pop over here real quick. What I've got for you here, apologize, let me scroll that up there. There we go. Sorry, I keep clicking off with my mouse. That's my fault. If you go to learn.rundiffusion.com, we've got a lot of tutorials, and the featured tutorials are going to be at the top. So you can see we've got the ByteDance up here. We had Gwen recently, and we also had LTX and Audio and Pixverse. So all those featured articles are right at the top here for you, okay? So click on the ByteDance SeeDance, and this will give you a nice tutorial on how to use it. A little bit more in depth. It'll show you basically what I said to you, but more step by step for those of you that need this kind of style. What I came over here for though is I wanted to show you some of these videos I played with. This is text to video as well. Look at that. I thought that was absolutely beautiful. I should have led with that one. Very cool. I did end up adding this one to the tutorial because I thought it was so cute. Again, just a recap, you know, V1 Lite is the fastest, V1 Pro Fast is the most balanced, and V1 Pro is the highest detail. And I think I've got another video at the end here. Let's see here. This is just a image plus the prompt. And I was just doing a patriotic kind of lobby. We're based in the US, so I use some US flags. And just a futuristic city walking through. I like to test these things to see what it'll do with text and things like that, if it'll add it, and most AI just adds kind of like gibberish, but that's okay. If you have a starting image, it usually can handle it pretty nicely. I give quick little tips and best practices here for you to check out, and I hope that that does it for you guys. Please give it a try. Come on over to the Reddit platform and try out ByteDance SeeDance. And if you have any questions about it, please feel free to ask in the comments or message me on Discord, on the RunDiffusion Discord. I'd be happy to help you. Have a great day, everyone.